Hello everyone, Giltar here. I'm here today with a sort of a preview of a model kit I'd like to work on the next day or two. It's the Mode Lock plastic model kit for the Falke, the A4-1 mech from Full Metal Panic. Now, I've never read the Full Metal Panic light novels or manga or watched the anime, but I really like the looks of the robot designs from what I've seen so far. And actually, I picked up this model kit from Hobby Link Japan during their Black Friday sale, which was on several weeks ago. Had free EMS shipping, and basically, if you bought one of their products that was on their special sales list, you would qualify for free shipping and a 25% discount on any other products that you buy. And actually, I bought this during that sale, and it was already, and it still is in fact, on a 60% discount. So it's originally like around $8 or $9 US. Right now it's about 330 or so yen. It basically comes out to about $3.50 or 60 cents US. So it's actually a really good deal. It's a pretty basic model kit, but I think it's pretty highly detailed. It's the one sort of weak point of the design that I can see is the fact that once it's assembled, I think the joints, like at the ankles and at the elbows or wrists, are fairly basic. They're like peg ball joint type connections, so that when you see them and expose them, it sort of ruins the illusion of the sort of design of the robot look of the rest of the mech model. But it's a pretty understandable sort of flaw, given that this is sort of an economy priced model kit. Now, I haven't assembled this yet, but here's the box in front of you. Don't mind Amuro and Shar in the background. They're just kind of having one of their little tiffs. But this is the front of the box. This is the bottom, the side. The other side with some photos of the model in various poses, has a front and a back shot. Has a picture here of a sort of small sword, and some fist and joint details, and another photo of the model posing. And on the back you have another picture and some more information. Just to let anybody know who isn't aware, these model kits come as unpainted models, so you have to paint them all. You don't have to cement the parts. It's all pretty much based on ball joint connections. It's a snap together kit, so you don't need cement or glue, but you do need to paint it. It actually comes molded in black ABS plastic, and I'll show you that right now. I'll just take the box away. In fact, in the packaging, it comes in a small plastic bag, and with it you get a single instruction sheet. Very basic instructions. As you can see, not a lot here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, and the seventh, when I think it talks about another part. So like, it's very basic. And actually here on the left side you'll see 2 runners, which are here. It comes with 2 runners cast in a very dense and heavy black ABS plastic. Even though the model is small, just from the feel of the runner, you can kind of tell it's very it's going to be a durable, strong little model, as compared to these 2 older Bandai created Gundam models, the RX-782 on the left. I believe from 2001. On the right, the Zgok is, I think, from like the same year or the year after. So they're the older models, and I sort of just put them there because the model itself, when fully assembled, I believe should be about 15 centimeters or roughly 5, almost 6 inches. So it's going to be comparable to the heights of these 2 models. I don't plan on painting it or any of my models until spring. Unfortunately, I don't have a spray booth, so I can't do any sort of indoors airbrushing or spray painting. So I'm going to sort of get all my models prepped for the spring and summer, and then when the warmer times come, then I'll be able to do some paint work outside. And actually, while we're at it, my reviews are kind of geared more towards the novice, the newer modeler enthusiast. I myself only started getting into Gunpla and Plamo this past September, October, so I've only been doing it for like a couple of months at most. So considering like the heavy black ABS plastic in this kit, which is a little more brittle or stiff, compared to the softer plastics. You'll see, like for example, in the Gundam model there, the white plastics, those are usually I think polystyrene, so they're softer. Why that's important and why I want to bring that up for the benefit of newer modelers out there is that I've got two plastic clippers, nippers, whatever you want to call them. The one on the right is like an $8 a pair. The one on the left here is by Tamiya. It's $20, I think. I bought them both at Hobby Link, Japan. Why this is important is that, from my experience, using the cheaper nippers, they're not as hard or sharp, so that they tend to deform and sort of like force the way through material. They don't cut as much as they sort of roughly shear. Whereas the Tamiya clippers, they're I don't know if it's just a better quality metal, a better quality steel, and just the actual blade geometry, the shape and form of the blades are different. And that makes a big difference, because I find with these ones, you struggle more to cut through plastic. With the Tamiya more expensive ones, they go through plastic like butter. I can't describe the difference. You'd have to sort of try it for yourself to sort of see it and believe it. But definitely, these make a world of difference. It's been mentioned in a lot of video, sort of little tutorials that a lot of other YouTubers have done, just explaining their sort of sets of tools that they use for modeling work. And it's always been said by those folks that the more expensive ones are better. I believe Robert 184, like 2Rs 2Bs, he even mentions in his sort of little tips video that he's gone through several varieties of clippers from least expensive to most expensive, and he says it's a world of difference, and I definitely agree with him. Now, why that's important is that with these black ABS runners, the plastic, because they're so stiff and brittle, if I were to use these cheaper nippers to go through them, it would definitely give me uneven cuts and cause white stress marks if I'm not careful, and even if I'm careful it will, whereas these more expensive Tamiya clippers will tend to shear and really like slice through the gate, the runner parts, with more ease, leave no or significantly less serious white stress marks. So if you do plan on working on the Mode Lock models or any other model kits, like a lot of the Gunpla out there use ABS in some of their runners, especially for the darker or like the black plastic parts, you want to be using these to clean up the parts. You can use the cheaper cutters to clip off at the far end of the gate, so that you're not going flush against the plastic part. But if you leave a little bit of plastic left over, then use one of these more costly but effective nippers to clean it up. Use hobby knives to sort of carve and shave down the nubs, and then also use sandpaper as well. So even though this is a preview video for the Mode Lock Falke Mecha, I wanted to bring this up for the sort of the newer, more novice modelers out there, that it is very important that you sort of you get what you put into model making. So if you pay a little extra money for sort of higher quality or the proper tools for the job, it will make the job easier. That's not to say you can't sort of go with a DIY type style and just use anything that's available, but that's going to give you more work and make you put in, I would say, unnecessary effort. A $20 investment in a pair of good nippers will save you a lot of headache. I know one of my first models I put together, the high grade O Gundam, with my sort of cheaper plastic nippers, I found a few times that I broke a few gates, and it caused some gouges in the plastic, so that it really just made for an unpleasant looking surface for the model parts. Like in order to fix it, I'd have to put some putty, let it dry, sand it over to make it even again, to fill in those gaps. So I definitely recommend using proper nippers. So again, in the next couple of days, I'll be putting up a review of the completed model. I won't be painting it or anything. I'd like to show in my model review sort of a naked, bare model, so that you guys know what you're getting into, especially for stuff like this that requires painting. Otherwise, it'll be a pure black figure where all the nice looking details just can't come out. So thanks for watching, and check out my channel again in a day or two, maybe even later today, where I'll be doing a review of the completed figure.